For nearly a century, the Murdaugh family held unquestioned power in South Carolina's Lowcountry. As prominent attorneys, they controlled courtrooms, influenced law enforcement, and built a legacy of wealth and privilege. But behind the image of respectability lurked dark secrets, mysterious deaths, fraud, and corruption. On June 7, 2021, a chilling 911 call shattered the Murdaugh dynasty. Alex Murdaugh, the family patriarch, reported that his wife, Maggie, and son, Paul, had been brutally shot at their hunting estate. The murders shocked the nation. Who would dare target such a powerful family? Was this an act of revenge? A random attack? Or something far more sinister? As investigators peeled back the layers, they uncovered a twisted web of lies, financial crimes, and deception, leading to one unthinkable conclusion: the killer was closer than anyone imagined. This is the Murdaugh murders, a case of power, betrayal, and ultimate downfall. For over a century, the Murdaugh family was a dominating force in South Carolina's Lowcountry. Their influence stretched across the legal system, making them one of the most powerful and feared families in the region. Beginning in 1920, Randolph Murdaugh Sr. established the family's law firm and was soon elected as the 14th Circuit Solicitor, overseeing prosecutions in 5 counties. His son, Randolph Murdaugh Jr., and later his grandson, Randolph Murdaugh III, followed in his footsteps, holding the same position for nearly 87 years, an unprecedented reign of legal authority. The Murdaughs didn't just prosecute criminals, they shaped laws, influenced judges, and built a network of loyal allies. Their name carried weight, making them nearly untouchable in the eyes of law enforcement. But behind the facade of power, whispers of corruption, favoritism, and abuse of influence began to circulate. The Murdaughs were known for helping their friends, but also for covering up wrongdoings involving their own. Over the years, multiple mysterious deaths and scandals became linked to the family, yet nothing seemed to threaten their empire. It wasn't until 2019, when a tragic boating accident involving Paul Murdaugh brought unwanted attention, that the cracks in their legacy began to show. And by 2021, the dynasty would crumble under the weight of murder, financial crimes, and shocking betrayals, exposing the dark truth behind their century-long reign. The Murdaugh family wasn't just powerful, it seemed they were untouchable. For decades, whispers of mysterious deaths followed them, but no one dared to investigate too closely. It wasn't until their dynasty began to crumble that these deaths were re-examined, revealing a pattern of tragedy, deception, and unanswered questions. One of the earliest suspicious deaths tied to the family was Stephen Smith, a 19-year-old found dead on a rural road in 2015. His death was ruled a hit-and-run, but investigators noted no signs of a typical car accident. Rumors swirled that Buster Murdaugh, Alex's oldest son, may have been involved, but the case was quickly closed, until it was reopened in 2021, following the shocking downfall of the Murdaughs. In 2018, the Murdaughs' longtime housekeeper, Gloria Satterfield, mysteriously fell down the stairs at their estate, suffering fatal injuries. The Murdaugh family claimed it was an accident, yet Alex Murdaugh secured a $4.3 million insurance settlement for her sons, but never gave them a penny. It was later revealed that this was part of Alex's massive financial fraud, further exposing the family's corruption. Then came the 2019 boating accident that killed Mallory Beach. Paul Murdaugh, heavily intoxicated, crashed the boat into a bridge, throwing Mallory into the water. For weeks, her body was missing. Despite overwhelming evidence, the Murdaughs used their influence to shield Paul from accountability. Finally, in 2021, Alex Murdaugh's wife, Maggie, and son, Paul, were brutally gunned down on their own property. What seemed like a targeted attack soon unraveled into one of the most shocking twists in American crime history. Each of these deaths paints a disturbing picture, a family shrouded in mystery, crime, and unanswered questions. But was it all coincidence, or was there something far more sinister at play? On the night of June 7, 2021, the powerful Murdaugh family was struck by an unimaginable tragedy. At their Moselle estate in South Carolina, Maggie Murdaugh, 52, and her son Paul Murdaugh, 22, lost their lives in a shocking act of violence. At 10:06 p.m., Alex Murdaugh, the family patriarch, dialed 911, his voice filled with distress. He told the dispatcher, "My wife and son have been hurt badly." When authorities arrived, they found Paul near the dog kennels, while Maggie was a short distance away. Both had suffered fatal injuries. Investigators were immediately struck by the nature of the scene. Paul appeared to have been struck twice, while Maggie had multiple wounds, suggesting a targeted attack. The use of different weapons raised even more questions. Was this a random act, or was it carefully planned? Alex Murdaugh told investigators that he had been away visiting his mother and returned home to make the horrific discovery. However, as authorities examined the details of his story, inconsistencies began to emerge. One of the most critical pieces of evidence came from Paul's phone. A video recorded shortly before the incident placed Alex at the crime scene, contradicting his statement. Additionally, forensic analysis later detected gunshot residue on Alex's clothing, leading authorities to probe deeper. As the investigation unfolded, financial secrets that Alex had kept hidden for years started to surface. He had allegedly misused millions of dollars from his law firm and clients, and some speculated that these pressures may have played a role in the events of that night. Reports also suggested that Maggie may have become aware of these financial troubles, possibly creating tension within the family. The case quickly became a national sensation. Was this an act of desperation, a planned event, or something more complex? As the Murdaugh family's once powerful image crumbled, new revelations would continue to shape the investigation, making it one of the most talked about crime cases in recent history. As investigators dug deeper into the Murdaugh family's history, they uncovered shocking financial crimes that painted a much darker picture of Alex Murdaugh's life. For years, Alex had been a respected lawyer, a man with deep connections and influence in South Carolina's legal system. But behind the scenes, he was leading a double life, one filled with fraud, deception, and a dangerous addiction. Authorities discovered that Alex had been secretly embezzling money from his law firm, clients, and even the families of victims. He allegedly stole millions of dollars over the years, exploiting legal settlements meant for those in need. One of the most disturbing examples was the case of Gloria Satterfield, the Murdaugh family's longtime housekeeper, who passed away after a fall at their home in 2018. Alex convinced her sons to file a wrongful death lawsuit, promising them compensation, only to take the $4.3 million settlement for himself. As financial pressures mounted, so did Alex's addiction to opioids. According to reports, he had been struggling with a dependency on prescription painkillers for years, fueling reckless behavior and deepening his financial troubles. His drug habit reportedly cost him thousands of dollars per week, money he obtained through fraud and deception. The investigation into Alex's financial crimes revealed over 100 charges, including fraud, money laundering, and conspiracy. Prosecutors argued that his crimes were not just about greed, but also about maintaining the illusion of wealth and power that the Murdaugh family had upheld for generations. Many now questioned whether Alex's financial troubles and drug addiction played a role in the tragic events of June 7, 2021. Was he driven to desperation? Did his crumbling empire push him toward making unthinkable decisions? The revelations of fraud and addiction shattered the Murdaugh dynasty's reputation, turning the once respected legal figure into the prime suspect in one of the most infamous crime cases in recent history. As investigations into Alex Murdaugh's financial crimes and legal troubles intensified, he made a shocking and desperate decision, an attempt to stage his own death. On September 4, 2021, Alex called 911, claiming he had been shot in the head while changing a tire on a rural South Carolina road. At first, it seemed like an attempted assassination, but soon, the truth unraveled. Authorities discovered that Alex had orchestrated the entire event, hiring a former associate, Curtis "Eddie" Smith, to shoot him. The plan? To make his death look like a murder, allowing his surviving son, Buster Murdaugh, to collect a $10 million life insurance payout. However, the attempt failed. Alex survived with only a superficial wound. When confronted, Alex admitted to planning the staged suicide, blaming it on his crippling opioid addiction and mounting legal troubles. This desperate act only deepened suspicions, raising new questions. Was this simply a man at his breaking point, or was he trying to manipulate the system once again? The staged suicide exposed the extremes he was willing to go to, further unraveling the Murdaugh dynasty and pushing the case into national headlines. After months of speculation, financial investigations, and shocking revelations, Alex Murdaugh was finally arrested on October 14, 2021, in connection with his fraudulent financial schemes. However, as authorities dug deeper, more serious charges followed. By July 2022, he was indicted for the murders of his wife, Maggie, and his son, Paul, a crime that had shaken South Carolina to its core. The trial began in January 2023, capturing nationwide attention. Prosecutors argued that Alex, facing mounting financial pressure, had murdered his wife and son to gain sympathy and distract from his crimes. They presented compelling evidence, including forensic data, inconsistencies in Alex's alibi, and the shocking video from Paul's phone, which placed him at the crime scene minutes before the murders, despite his initial claims. Throughout the trial, Alex maintained his innocence, but his emotional testimony and frequent contradictions only fueled skepticism. The prosecution emphasized his history of deception, arguing that he had spent years manipulating people for financial gain. On March 2, 2023, after only 3 hours of jury deliberation, Alex Murdaugh was found guilty of both murders. The following day, he was sentenced to 2 consecutive life terms without the possibility of parole. His conviction marked the dramatic fall of a once powerful legal dynasty, leaving behind a legacy of corruption, deceit, and unanswered questions. Even after the verdict, many wonder, was Alex truly the sole mastermind, or is there more to the Murdaugh family's dark secrets? Even after Alex Murdaugh's conviction, many questions remain unanswered. His guilty verdict brought a sense of justice, but it did little to erase the mystery and devastation left behind. One of the biggest lingering questions is, did Alex act alone? Some believe there could be other individuals involved, whether in covering up the crime or even participating in it. Despite the conviction, no clear motive has ever been fully established. Did Alex truly kill his wife and son to distract from his financial crimes, or was there another reason? Additionally, the Murdaugh family's influence over South Carolina's legal system for nearly a century has led to speculation about other unresolved cases. Were past deaths, such as Stephen Smith's mysterious death in 2015 and the suspicious fall of the Murdaugh family housekeeper, Gloria Satterfield, truly accidents, or was there a deeper pattern of cover-ups? However, questions still linger. Were others involved? Were past deaths truly accidents, or part of a larger pattern of cover-ups? The case has left a permanent stain on the Murdaugh legacy, proving that no amount of power can keep the truth hidden forever. In the end, the Murdaugh case is a stark reminder that even the most powerful families can fall when justice finally catches up to them. But does this conviction mark the end of an era, or are there more secrets yet to be uncovered? If you found this case as shocking and fascinating as we did, don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends and family who love true crime stories. Your support helps us continue bringing you detailed investigations into the world's most chilling cases. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive into mysteries, crimes, and scandals that demand attention. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more true crime stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat.